Now, performance-wise, this thing does have the Apple A5 chip inside of it, a dual-core CPU with 512 megabytes of RAM. So keep that in mind. This thing has half a gig of RAM, which is insane to me. I mean, there's probably a lot of AirPods probably have more RAM than that. No, I'm totally joking, but there's probably a lot of devices out there that have way more RAM than this that are in random accessories. And the fact that this thing doesn't even have, 1 gig of RAM is pretty insane. But again, it's a 9-year-old device. It's what we expect at this point. Now, what I can tell you is about this type of device is that, first of all, I think it's still actually pretty cool, the fact that this thing still turns on and it still has some capability when it comes down to the performance segment. This is a 9-year-old device, and there's a lot of 9-year-old devices probably back when this thing came out that weren't even really worth it. Nobody was talking about, and it wasn't even any much to talk about at all. We didn't even have iPads 9 years when this thing came before, and I think the fact that this thing is still even somewhat relatable, or the fact that people are still even searching up this video, is pretty insane to me, because it just goes to show how much more technology there is in the world now than there was even just a couple years ago, which is so insane. And I think the performance of this thing is justified in that specific sense because it is a 9-year-old device. It isn't really competing with, today's tablets or today's iPads. It's competing with iPads and tablets from 9 years ago. And where do those things stack up now? You know what I mean? Especially in the tablet form. I mean, we had a lot of Android tablets at that time. Where are they at now? You know what I mean? There's not really a lot, which is so crazy to me. So I think when it comes down to the performance, it's pretty slow. I don't think anybody's really going to go ahead and combat that. But the fact that this thing still turns on, the fact that it still has some capability in that sense is pretty insane to me when it comes down to it. So in terms of the performance, that pretty much covers it up. Now,